Anish Kapoor has been changing the way we think about sculpture for over 30 years. His work has captivated the public and the art world with its awesome scale and intriguing beauty.
You can't set out to make something beautiful. I mean, you can't. But what you can do is recognize that there are moments when it's there and say, you know, that's something I could go after, or that's something I could leave alone.
In tonight's Imagine, we follow him as he stages a landmark exhibition at the Royal Academy, the first living artist to be given the entire gallery, a recognition of Kapoor's place as one of the world's foremost artists.
The hard bit is how not to compromise.
May 2009. On top of the South Downs near Brighton, a mysterious object merges with the landscape.
C curve, as in the letter C. This is quite disorientating in a rather interesting way.
This strange mirrored object seems to have reconfigured space here. Is this a new form of landscape painting?
Now I have the real landscape on my right and the image on my left. So I'm moving in and out of the landscape, and I can see this curve now. I don't know if it's in my head. I think I've invaded their territory. So what's the problem?
Shown as part of the Brighton Festival in May 2009, C Curve draws huge crowds despite its remote location.
It's really, really beautiful, and that's the first thing that kind of strikes you.
The sheer expanse of it, it's really quite overwhelming.
I like the way on one side it's the right way up, and on the other side it's back upside down in 3D, like a spoon.
I think it's quite nice to think that when everyone's gone home at night, it's sort of sitting on the hilltop doing its thing still for anyone or any sheep that cares to walk past.
It seems almost quite mysterious. It's very simple. When you get closer and closer, you realise it's actually much more complex.
It's a shared experience, and I think that's a pretty good thing.
I am very concerned with the ability of art to say, you know, come on in, you can be part of this, or somehow there's a language here that actually is one that maybe you know already. And that's partly to do with the sense that it's experiential. It's not just an image you look at, it's a process you go through. What one wants to do at one level is to engage, and at another level, one wants to always hold on to seriousness. And it's a difficult one. It's very hard to do both.
Smaller at the top.
3 months until the Royal Academy exhibition, and Anish Kapoor is busy in his South London studio. I join him to see how things are going.
So, the studio is really a place where things get discovered, where things open themselves in one way or another. But we're sort of making things. So what we're doing at the moment is to mimic what this object might be like if it were glossy. Of course, the image is upside down, first of all. Secondly, the image isn't sitting on any plane. It isn't back there or out here.
No.
It's in some intangible and almost physical place, somewhere around here. One might say, why is that art? I quite like the question, by the way.
You're not frightened of that, then?
No, I think it's a good question. In some ways, the work, the art, needs to continue to resonate. And it's that measure of whether it really resonates or not that is the thing that I'm after. That kind of simple but somehow mysterious poetic quality.
It's like a piece of the sky, kind of, that you can look at. You'll see that the clouds move very slowly across, and it makes you think that you're moving, and the piece itself is actually moving and alive. It does really give you the sense that it's something else beyond what it actually is reflecting. And then a bird flies at a greater speed across it. And I found myself at first looking beyond the shape to see where the bird had gone. If you step up close to it, you have the sense you could be completely absorbed by it and just disappear into it and become part of it. It's actually, I mean, it's incredible.
The cost of it is £1.3 million as you.
1 to Patrol 6. Patrol 6 receiving.
In the night, it has got very high risk because drunk people, they come around, try to touch it, try to cover it, try to do anything. That's why we stand in there all the time.
It changes from every direction. And not only from every direction, but also with every movement of the sky, change of light. And I think that's what draws me very much to it. You could stand and look at it for hours and never see the same thing, and I think that's just amazing.
It just changes. You know, I mean, in that corner I was watching a little bit of the pavilion. I walked around here and saw the whole tree. It's absolutely lovely.
Right, yeah. I think this is a really good place for it because it's a place that everyone passes through, and you've got sort of landscape and heritage, and then something totally modern, as if it's just flown in overnight. Yes. It's an extraterrestrial quality, I think.
When thinking about Kapoor's work, many different words come to mind. Beguiling, mercurial, puzzling, arresting. He's best known in Britain for Marsyas, shown at Tate Modern in 2002, a work of staggering complexity and scale. It was seen by over 1.8 million people, making it one of the most visited works of sculpture in the world. There are few artists today capable of taking on such commissions. His stature in the art world is matched by his immense popularity with the public.